What I'm about to tell you will be told in a way that was revealed to me, and it applies to all of us. God showed me in clarity that each of us were created from its thought. Each one of us is just but a thought of God, manifested in material existence. Each thought was singular in its creation, yet holding potential to think for itself. To understand where I'm going, let me explain the double-slit experiment. The double-slit experiment demonstrates the bizarre wave-particle duality of matter and light, or what I also call the body and the soul, showing they behave as particles forming waves. Firing particles like photons or electrons at two slits creates an interference pattern, alternating bright and dark bands on a screen typical of waves, even when sent one at a time, as if each particle passes through both slits and interferes with itself. However, if detectors are placed at the slits to observe which one the particle goes through, the interference pattern disappears, and the particles behave like classical particles, hitting the screen in just two bands. The observer is God, who drew his attention away from that which it created, so that we may behave like thought forms, unaware of being watched, as the observer is observing through our own eyes and body. Each of us were a particle of thought which split itself from one to two, creating other realities based on our own thoughts, creating a multiverse of that one particle. One half of yourself brought forth a dominant light realm, while the other brought forth the dark realm. Each of us, in order to know ourselves, underwent a journey of existence in these realms, to know thyself through the experiences obtained within these realms, and in time reunite with our soulmate, our twin flame. The level of knowledge and wisdom gained over the course of one's existences determines the state of the union upon bond. The bright or light particle side of the one brings forth its knowledge and wisdom in the form of truth, while the other brings its knowledge and wisdom of the dark side. Though both have experienced some degree of the light and the dark, much like the yin-yang symbol represents, the degree of the other will be greater in the opposite self. A little light in the darkness and a little darkness in the light. This is demonstrated by the story of Jesus turning over the tables of the money changers, as this darkness managed properly can convey a point in the way only it can, so it too has its home within the body. This is why the key is not to seek to convert the darkness into the light, but to balance the darkness and the light, thus creating the perfect union, the state that existed before the split. Knowing without experience is only half the story, much like a book which contains the how-to or explanation or story of a thing. The book is unable to experience that which it holds on its pages, the same way a mind cannot experience that which it thinks without action. The book would have to come to life in order to experience that which it knows. The individual would have to act on what it thinks in order to know. For man does not know by being told. If man must know, he must be that or demonstrate that which he knows. For this purpose, the book would have to come into existence free from the memory of it being an all-knowing book, in order to gain the full experience of that which it learns and inherently already knew. You are the book of life. You see, from the beginning, two souls were once one, and out of one came many. So male and female he created them thee, as this represents the dual nature thought. From one comes its continuation by the union of the opposite-natured thought. For there to be life, a union is formed, the highest of its own origin, its soulmate, the one who held the same thought from the beginning. So when one finds their twin flame, their soulmate, it is of the greatest achievement because the chance to become one with God, your highest self, is now available. You, me, we are a thought of the Creator, one single thought, which split itself to know this individual aspect of self, you. Therefore, you and the Creator are one, yet only complete in that oneness in your journey when you are whole. This is why Jesus taught of the sexual energy, the Kundalini, how it is to be used by the soulmates, the divine purpose of their union, to reach, to become one with God, your highest self, and ultimately leave this simulation and dwell in the mansions created from this love. This is what is meant by, if thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. The two become one. Now the challenge comes when ones unite in union. If true caring love be present, then this union could yield results of the divine plan. When either of you do not wholeheartedly embrace the union or the light of the other, chaos can ensue. Example: if you made soup with gentle ingredients and added nothing else to it, you would have an easily palatable meal. Yet if you add spice to it, you open the palate up to new sensations that challenge the tongue, yet can be pleasing to it also. In this same way, you unite as mirrors to each other, not to find fault, but to find balance. This is where the battle of pride and the ego may commence. The ego, or id, does not want to let go of that which feels comfortable to it, its learned behavior, no matter the pain it causes from holding on to it. It creates a mindset of being superior, thus ignoring the light of change with justifications. Likewise, the ego in reverse creates a sense of knowing of what is best for others. This can be harmful when the nature of the other is not acknowledged. So to avoid this, the knowledge should be delivered in a way that is not demanding. This one must recognize when their ego of knowing is overbearing, just as the other must be able to reflect with authenticity and note its unfruitful ways. Again, you met to balance out the other, not to create separation. The darkness is thus then absorbed by the light until you both are one in love, balanced in your thoughts and actions, separate and together, as love truly is the only savior of the world. So replace those unfruitful thoughts with thoughts of compassion for the other, and let love guide the way. For this, if you have met or are with your soulmate, love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, tolerance, and forgiveness is key. Ones will have to dig deep into the well of soul and note one's own degrees of unbalanced thoughts, and work diligently to obtain balance within oneself, while living to balance the divine union as a whole. As key agreements, never go to bed angry at the other, nor open thy mouth to slander the other, for this will only increase the hold of the negative thoughts, and neither may rest, nor be open to the love within them. So if this action does take place, note thy energy and return to balance. Center thyself swiftly as possible, for these arguments should not overshadow the divine union and its purpose that may have taken many, many, many lifetimes to reach. The split is the handshake, the signing of the contract that was made before the one became two, the thought of knowing the experience. There are many ways in which a soul contract can be heartbroken, broken, yet it is also good to know that though a new one can be made, the original cannot be broken, as this, your union with your twin flame, is truly the only journey of one's soul. And until ones become one with God together, your journey will continue. This is the purpose of the multiverse. The beginning and the end exist at the same time. We are merely playing games until we understand this. A soul portion cast out into outer darkness sentences the other soul portion of itself to wander endlessly in existence. It is only when that soul's voice reaches from the depths of the void, the ear of the Creator, that their hope for resurrection can even happen. Yet, because the ego follows the soul, this can last millions of Earth years before they are heard, leaving the other wandering without purpose. Thought emerged from the void, so the void is, and thought is the light which shines forth within the darkness. This is why the symbol of the sun has always been the symbol of the enlightened ones who shine in the darkness, the void we call space, the ones who come bearing gifts to those who have eyes yet do not see, who materialized in the light yet are still walking in the darkness of their thoughts. This is the good and the bad, and will always be the nature of existence on any realm beneath the abode of the creators to some degree. Those ones in thoughts of love, residing in this realm by their thoughts of love, are ever guiding souls who seek the kingdom to enter in. Therefore know that the challenge ones may face are all divine, no matter the severity, and the lessons are in them. Seek thee the lesson, and that teaching stops. The light of thy spirit will show to the seeker the way to go, even if in this life that way does not appear fruitful to the divine plan. Sometimes ones have to walk away, as in this life, the other or the both of you are not ready for the kingdom. Be not dismayed, though. You will be back to try again, as this is the only way to exist this school of thought and enter the highest reality of all, the kingdom of thy God, thy higher self, where you and God are one whole. Therefore, care not what the eyes nor ears of others see or hear, or what their minds process, for they are also mirrors to one's own thoughts that have been spoken within one's mind or mouth at some point in time. They present themselves as tests to one's own wisdom. See them as such. This is why authenticity is of the highest value, as it is the difference between an event repeating itself or not. Truth is one-directional, though to reach it requires walking many paths. This is why I say journey well. To those who can discern their heart, follow their intuition, and honor their love heart, only then can the light be seen within them, not for show, but for being. Death is no enemy to man. It is a ship that simply cuts the cord that binds the human soul to earth so that it may journey on to smoother seas. In other words, try again. If you love something and it wants to go, let it go. If it was yours, it will return. If you be wise to the divine plan, just as ones go to be washed of all their sins, so shall you do the washing. This does not mean that you have to continue in this life with your soulmate if the vibrations are not synced for the betterment of the whole, but it opens the door for a smoother return in another life. Live life balancing your heart against a feather, and your resurrection will be a pleasant one. Though you may go on to live a good life with another, you as soul are not exiting this reality until you are one soul mated in love. You are not meant to be here alone, sitting in a cave meditating without relationship. That is only a play in the vast movie of your life. You are here to learn and grow, and when your soul finds its mate, to come home. You are not here to be perfect. You are not throwing the first stone. You are here to grow and elevate. So get that out of your mind. Christ, the sole attribute that comes back to teach men how to reach the kingdom of God, that they and the Father are one, is a spirit of love. What more does man need to know? Now, If you find that in this lifetime you are not able to be with your soulmate, consider this. There is still a lesson or lessons to be learned by your other half, that although you are one in divinity, you are separated in life by lessons not learned, so the lessons must continue. Here is where discernment comes in. If you can see with your intuition, with your observance of looping cycles, that the other is just incapable of changing, then it is a sign of wisdom to step away and let God do its work. Though in heart and soul it may be a hard thing to do, it is a necessary thing to do. As with you, they were incapable of changing, so their change will come through their absence of you, only after they have gone through a dark night of the soul, where they alone sit in David's cave and battle their shadow self, removing the mask that has kept them so comfortable. If they be successful, the light which will shine forth from them will penetrate your heart, and a second chance for the divine plan may be present to send the both of you back home, the kingdom of God. Yet, if this doesn't take place, know that by all divine decree, you are free to love another with all thy heart and soul. For that union may also be a step in their soul progress that is needed for them to elevate before coming into union with their twin flame, their soulmate. All is divine, even when it appears otherwise. Release your twin with love and forgiveness. Hold no heartfelt ill thoughts towards them, but make no excuse for the things they may have said or done. Yet, look back at them with wisdom and know it was all just a step in the pathway of divine matrimony. Release the holds they may have placed upon your heart that are not beneficial to the wholeness of your divine union, and remember, they are you and you are them, no matter what gets in between you two. And if there be children involved, think of them, as no matter what, you both are either father or mother, so show to them your heart and expound the wisdom as told in this message, so that they have clear understanding of the ways of the heart, good or bad, and thus be able to understand and cope with adversity if they ever experience the same. Do not turn the child against the parent, rather, overshadow any negativity with the good they have done, while making no excuse for any bad on both your parts. This fosters a healthy, balanced mindset where the child can detach from the noise of their parents and find their own truths in seeing the beauty in you both. If truth be told, most of those moments which causes strife between you two were really minor nothings born of boredom, discontent, or ego. Yet these are things which reveal the heart of each other and show to you the areas attention is needed to keep this union holy. The wise ones will note these areas and seek immediate atonement of them so they never come about again. Also, if your union with your soulmate is a good one balanced in the harmony of opposites, where troubles are worked out in love, a loving way, caring, compassionate way, know that you two are at the doorstep of the kingdom.
I still taste the summer on your shoulder, salt and heat, the way you're leaning closer. We don't talk now, but I remember how your laugh could quiet down the noise somehow. I find pieces of you in the weather, in the way the wind moves through October. You were mine in a season I can't get back. Now I'm holding on to photographs in my my head, I don't regret it, but I can't forget it. The way you felt like something I've ever been. I've been walking through the places we used to go, hoping maybe I could feel you in the undertow. But it's different when you're searching for a ghost. I want to call you, but I know I won't. Tell me, do you ever think of us? Or am I the only one still caught up? You were mine in a season I can't get back. Now I'm
If your
holding
union with
on
your
to
soulmate is a good
photographs.
one
In my
balanced
head, I
in the
don't
harmony of
regret it,
opposites, where
but
troubles
I
are worked
can't
out in
forget
love,
it.
a loving way,
The way
caring,
you felt
compassionate
like
way.
something
Know
I never
that
have
you two are at the doorstep of the
something I
kingdom.
never have.
Learn how to come
Maybe
together in
in
sexual
another
harmony as
life
taught
we
by
get the
Jesus,
timing
where the both
right.
of you, through
Maybe
concentrated
in
focus,
another
follow the
life
steps of the path to achieve divine enlightenment.
I still
That yin
feel
and
you
yang, as
sometimes.
mentioned earlier, where the
Yeah,
both
I
of you are
still
connected
feel
in
the
perfect balance
fire
and in the thoughts of love.
between.
This is why it is called making love, for to be in love with someone is not the same as making love. Blessed are you two, for the journey of earth life may come to an end, and in your next home you will know only peace and love. And your earth children born from this expression will be lights unto the world.
I still feel you.
If you have questions for me, leave a reply and I will answer them if I choose to or am able. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all else will be added unto you. Peace.